Thank you. So please stay put. We have, I think the most important stuff is coming right now. You're going to listen to presentation by innovators in product design, buying and merchandising. They're going to share with us what they have done. And these are people who are finalists out of a lot of people who send the nominations. You're going to hear from the finalists now. Yeah, can we get all the jury in one place?
Once again, big thank you to Ganesh and all of the panelists. Definitely a topic that had to be discussed about economic and environmental sustainability. In fact, you've made my job easier by already mentioning to everybody that right now is something very, very interesting because we have the IFF Innovators Club Design and Innovation Town Hall. So we've got our finalists who are going to be making their amazing presentations, and I'm sure this is definitely going to be a fantastic session. So up first, I'd like to call upon Utkanta from House of Rare to make our very first presentation. We have Utkanta? Yeah.
Hi, good evening. I'm Utkanta and I'm representing the House of Rareism. Our director, Mrs. Akshika Podar, is nominated for the same. So coming to Rareism, 2019, we were founded by the House of Rare in 2019, exactly 6 months before COVID. 2020, we established ourselves into our online business. Our growth ever since then has been 100% year-on-year consistently. We opened 10 stores this year, and we hope to be 30 by the end of next year. As a women's wear brand, we believe in our primary research, and we look very closely at the world and carefully follow the emerging talents of India. We believe in innovation of fashion by providing elegant fabrics, feel, complementing colors, evolving and flattering silhouettes along with fits for Indian bodies with functionality. Our main aim is to actually bring together a design approach and a product which is very much focused on the Indian body types and Indian skin tones. We feel responsible to deliver and be a part of this evolution as a front-end brand and making it to the list of few reputed brands of India, for India, and by India. When it comes to innovation, we talk about there are 5 key things that we'd like to follow up. Fits, colors, prints, functionality, and fabrics. When it comes to our fits, we try and get them right in the first place. That's our first step towards sustainability. Given that we are coming from an industry wherein we have to create a number of products before reaching the final grid that we have to achieve one season, we try and not dispose them. We make sure that they don't end up into a landfill, and we'd rather make them land up into somebody's wardrobe, which just makes more sense when it comes to sustainability. When it comes to our prints, we are very well known for our prints. We try and bring together very much multifaceted prints. We don't try and aim at one certain kind of a print definition or a value, but we try and create different types or different versions of a women that we're trying to embrace, because women have the capacity to feel very flowy in the morning or probably very sporty by the evening. Then coming back to our colors, we are renowned for our colors. We also aim to create a very, very broader spectrum of colors, from neutrals to any of the bright hot pinks or yellows or any of the other colors. We believe that colors are for everybody. We are trying to curate silhouettes which are for every body type. And we are trying to create prints for every mindset. We're inclusive of very different kinds of fabrics, and season after season we keep on upgrading onto them. And functionality is one of our key aspects that we always have, probably like things like pockets into our dresses. So functionality is also one of the major things that we clearly look up to. All we are trying to do here is complementing the Indian body types and Indian skin tones by our product. I'd like to introduce you to our Rareism Spring Summer 23 campaign, where we are actually reinventing, re-evolving So presenting our new campaign. Sorry, can we just check on that, please? And also the sound. Perfect, thank you. Yeah. So basically, we always end up believing in our assets and try and communicate them to the end customer. And that's about it. So thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Utkanta, for that once again. We now move on to our next presentation, Namit Srivastava, and he's from Raymond, the category head of Ethnics by Raymond. So Namit, could we kindly have you up on stage? Also, do remember, all those who are presenting right now, you just have a time limit of 3 minutes. So make sure that you keep the time. Just before we go to Namit, could we have a couple of mics at the jury table, please? Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Namit Srivastava, having experience of 20 years in this field. From my starting days, I was into men's ethnic wear, and I'm representing Ethnics by Raymond. This is a product line which very well goes with the Raymond customers, which we never had. So 5 years back in 2017, we launched this brand, and it is being very well gone into the DNA of our, that any wedding customers who comes into the store, the first preference in today's date is men's ethnic wear. So this is about me, so whatever things I've done in last 20 years, so we have put everything here. Lot of awards I've, so basically in this whole gamut of ethnic wear, I've tried to work a lot with the artisans who are very sustainable and the art forms, different art forms of India, which we have kept it alive. We have worked a lot and worked very hard on the prints, which is the block prints, the screen prints. So we have tried to make it much more into our collection. The second is the embroideries, which are completely dying, which is, again, I'm started building up, and we are putting it into our collection. From last so many years, we have seen this fading it out. So right now, we have got like 55 stores. By end of this year, we'll be having our 70 stores, and you can see all our collections of the work done by the human artisans, which is present in the store. We have tried to launch, these are the awards and achievements which we have got. So I keep on attending a lot of fashion weeks and all. I keep on working with them. I keep on working with the artisans of India, right from Jaipur to Bihar to UP. So we get a lot of them to work with us. I work a lot on the unorganized sector. who exactly, I've got vendors with me who doesn't know how to just send your email even. But we have tried, we have built up the whole community of 750 people working with us in Bombay and around Bombay. We have got so many small artisans sitting in Lucknow to sitting in different parts of India and doing work for us. This is some Heritage Week, what we did. This is the best year, we got this award in 2019 for the best recognized ethnic wear brand. This is our store pictures, what you can see. So right now, just one more point I just wanted to make. If you see the whole wedding collection and the wedding season and the celebration, it is only for 8 to 9 months. The main question asked from the bosses and the promoters, what are you going to do for the next 4 months? So we had launched a category called Smart Ethnics, and this is something, a very casual line with the short kurtas, inspired by the Indian prints, Indian designs, and Indian art forms, paired with bundis, and this is the art forms which is going to be selling all over the stores where you don't have any festive seasons and when you don't have any celebration. This is the time we are going to sell this Smart Ethnics. We do a lot of celebrities, designs, what we keep on doing. We did a lot of celebrities. They keep on wearing our clothes. They come to our store, they buy our stores, from our stores. We have been associated with a lot of movies also. Okay, so these are some of the movies which we have done from Ethnic. And these are the IMM festivals, what we have done for the Music Fest. These are the lot of events what we keep on doing. So this is Ethnics by Raymond. Thank you.
Thank you, Namit. Thank you. All right, next up we have Aishwarya Dhingra, also from Raymond. So please put your hands together and welcome Aishwarya up on stage.
How's the Josh? Quite dull, huh? Is the audience awake? How's the Josh? Hi guys, Aishwarya here. A little about me, a little fun, a little baking, and yeah, a little mommy, apart from the work. Just because the organizers have told just 3 minutes, so I'll run through the entire presentation. We all know that customer is king, right? But do we know the right customer? That's what we aim to do. Who's our target audience? Thank you. So yeah, that's what we try to do. Know your customer right. Then design for your consumers, not for one individual or two individual, not for your entire, and start connecting with your consumers, whether it's social media, whether it's offline stores, any per se, you should know how to connect to your consumer and how to design that. And then place your products at the right position, at the right area, in the right market. This is what we are doing for Ethnics by Raymond. Ethnics by Raymond is very close to our heart, where we are designing things which is inspired from our heritage. So yeah, we have like a decade-old Jharokha, which we have placed in the store, which we have sourced from the Indian markets, where we have sourced the entire panels and we have put together and make it a wow statement at our flagship store at Karol Bagh. Some few hotspots where we have customized the chandeliers, the wallpaper, the hand-tufted carpets from Badohi. The experience, not only at the shopping floors, but also at the staircase, how we can connect a Meerut consumer to a Vizag consumer to a East Kolkata consumer is something which we are trying to customize to the local market, giving them their flavor, giving them that essence of shopping, which connects with them. This entire wall is hand-painted at Kolkata at the staircase, which is also inspired by one of their buddies at Thakur. Some clicking selfies, some awards which we have won. Planograms is another essential part here, which we all should take care of while and yes, this is the success story, the measurements which we think that we have achieved. Yes, in 40 stores which we have opened from last March, this financial year, 150 stores which we are aiming to open by FY24 exit. And this is the 95% satisfaction rates from our consumer. So yeah, guys, that's all, a small one from our side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aishwarya. Yes, you did make the time. That was her question of me. Our next presenter is Ankur Rastogi, VP and Head Collections, Floats.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and jury members. Myself, Ankur Rastogi, and I represent Bata as Head of Collection. We at Bata, it's a heritage brand, everybody knows it. It's 125 years old brand, almost present from last 9 decades in India. But we are in the transformative journey of Bata from product and service point of view. What we are doing differently in last couple of years is to focus on the product capability transformation with our supply chain, supply partners, and our own in-house manufacturing. Focusing on consumer-centric newness and product innovations. For us, innovation is only valuable if we are able to scale it to the maximum number of people. We say at Bata, shoe the world, and should be available to everyone in the family. And that's the focus that we always put, an effort that we put behind every innovation that we bring on table. The other piece that we are focusing on product, process, and people so that it is sustainable with digitization. Coming from a legacy systems of working, we want to bring in a new piece so that we can address the Gen Zs and millennials in the new era. I'll be talking about one of the product innovations that we did post-COVID, and we heard a lot of stories that the consumer behavior shifted post-COVID. The work from home became the new normal. Comfort, health became the preference of consumers. And also there was a void that we saw when people were spending too much time in their homes working. They want something which is comfortable and which we call it 2-mile fashion, that they can walk into the nearby grocery stores or anything and they can just slip into those products and be comfortable and stylish in them. So we saw this as an opportunity post-pandemic, and we came with a special range called Floats. It was a new brand that we created. I'll talk a little bit about that. But how we approached the whole problem, we actually understood the market. We captured the competition landscape. We compared the brands that we were addressing similar kind of products at various levels. So we addressed all the domestic brands which were competing at a lower strata, and the international brands which may not be available in India at that point of time, but were on the horizon that they may come. And we found a very sweet price point, which was below 2499 and above 699, between the two price gap. And we say if we give an extraordinary product, we can address the need of the consumers with a upgraded product which is not there in the market. So we started the innovation journey. We understood the market opportunity. We started on the concept designing on the drawing board. We went into the technicalities of the product, doing R&D on the compounds with our counterpart in Italy, and also bringing them. They are the experts who are making the real compound. So we innovated the compound, the material that goes into the comfort feature of the product, directly from the house, which are experts sitting in Italy. And they are working with all the leading brands like Nike, Crocs, and all the other big names in the industry. And we also tested all our products to have a quantifiable claims when we go to the market and start talking about them. We did consumer validation through First Insight, and we saw 9, 10 plus ratings, which were very, very promising and motivating for us to go ahead and launch the product across our distribution network. So the proposition that we came up with to have a commercially aggressive value-added product, independent brand, nothing to do with Bata, so it creates its own identity. Leverage comfort with style for everyone in the family. So we wanted to cater to kids, to girls, to young women, and to elderly. And reclaim a volume loss during the pandemic with a delta 15% of margin increase, which was also a kind of a gap in our pandemic situation. So it was business and consumer centric. Just a minute. So we created point of differentiation in the products. So they were point of difference, point of parity, and we communicated very well. We went out and did a campaign, in-store campaign. We did a social media campaign. We went to our consumer base, loyalty base, which were in millions, and we addressed close to about 55 million consumers every year. So we had a huge consumer base which we can address. So the idea was to make a product which can be scalable and which can be a value-added product which consumers can actually relate and use it into day-to-day life. I would like to play a small video which will give a complete snapshot, but it's very difficult to explain the whole story in 3 minutes. So I'll end up here and I'll allow you to watch a quick video on this. Thank you.
Introducing floats, the fastest growing category in Bata India 2022.
During pandemic, we have witnessed a major shift in consumer behavior. Consumers are spending a lot of time at home. Health and comfort become key factor in consumer preference.
Looking at our current range and the local competition, we have addressed a gap and found a big scope in volume segment, especially in Evalite, where we can curate a spatial range that will be unique in design, lightweight and loaded with technology that can provide utmost comfort at work from home condition.
Floats was born for this one specific purpose, with 50% more slip resistance, 30% more energy return, 50% less compression and environmental friendly compound because of no harmful solvent. We have launched Floats 1.0 in Q1 2022 and till date we have achieved 300,000 pairs with a turnover of $3.6 million with a 70% margin.
Floats is now 1.5% of our retail turnover within a span of 7 months of time, and our target is to reach 3% by the end of 2023.
Initially, we have started with 180 stores and now it has been expanded to 850 number of stores.
Our target is to reach 10% of Crocs business in turnover and 20% pairs by the end of 2022. In 2023, we are going to launch Floats 2.0 and 3.0 respectively. And we are anticipating doing $13 million USD business. We must reach 50% in pairage and 20% turnover of Crocs business by the end of 2023.
We ended the year with 0.5 million satisfied consumers and about 900 million INR turnover, which is about a wonderful numbers and giving a bottom line and top line benefits for the company. Thank you so much.
Ankur, just in 30 seconds, you said the product was sustainable.
Yeah, so this is made from special compound, which can, so anything that we waste during the production, which is always a 25 to 30% range, it is recycled and put it back into the next round of product. Plus anything that we get as a waste from the market, we can recycle it and put it into our into other products as an outsole compound in a darker shades. So if we are taking a lighter shade, we can put it into a darker shade.
What would be the quantum of the recycled product that you are using?
Sorry?
What would be the quantum of percentage of the recycled product that you are using?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
So recycled, you're saying that, you can use recycled product as well.
So normally 30%, up to 30% is the composition, and it can vary from 18 to 52, but 30 is where you can hit the right parameters in terms of quality and without affecting the performance parameters.
Thanks.
Yeah, just a request to everybody who are presenting, please honor the 3 minutes. Otherwise, jury is going to take negative marks. Okay, it's number one, there are a lot of people waiting, and we will have too much of an overshot of time, right? For all the people who are coming in, right? Just honor the 3 minutes, please. Thank you. Yeah, please, somebody give at least 30 seconds before give an alert, right? There's a timer just in front of you.
I was poking on the other screen, but
Yeah, please.
any other questions for me?
That's it. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Ankur. And yes, Ganesh, thank you. That was much needed. Please adhere to the time slot. We've got a lot of presentations. And like Ganesh said, we have people waiting in line. So 3 minutes is all you get. So I know it's difficult to present in 3 minutes because there's so much that you'd like to share with us. But yeah, that's the time slot that you've got. So up next, let's welcome Yash Saxena, Head Buying and Merchandising from Coco Blue Retail.
Hi everyone, I'm Yash Saxena. Good evening. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks everyone for being here. So I'll talk about 3 initiatives. These 3 initiatives are based on innovation, customer backward approach, and high impact things, which helped us to improve. So I'll talk about first initiative, which is improving our profitability. For any retailer, the biggest theme of the year is to improve profitability. So to improve profitability, our primary goal was to make sure all ASINs in our catalog are profitable. To attempt that approach, we took 3 metrics. One is ASIN age. Second is number of time ASIN is ordered, and the volume of that ASIN. Combining these 3 metrics, we classified all our ASIN into established ASIN, new ASIN, and obsolete ASINs. So we realized that established ASIN is a bucket which is contributing to 50% of our ASINs, and we are ordering them again and again. So, and we also realized this is the bucket which is leaky bucket, and we are diluting. This is a dilutive bucket, or a margin are 300 bips dilutive than other buckets. So then we start off taking 2 initiatives and started 2 streams. One is buy better. Second is price better. When I talk about price better, in this approach, we benchmarked the prices with online retailer and offline retailer. Basis that, we created one pricing index, and we automated our top ASIN pricing with respect to customers. This helped us to price our products to be more competitive versus competition. So that helps us to increase our ASP. The second was buy better. So in buy better, we took 2 approach. One is basis volume and turnover. We negotiate with our vendor partners and sign the terms so that we get a better sourcing cost. So after doing these 2 initiatives, we were able to improve 2 metrics. One is growth. We were able to deliver year-on-year growth of 95%, and we were able to improve our margin for established ASIN bucket by 700 bips YOY. I would like to go to the next innovation which we did. Inventory management is the biggest problem for all the retailers, and a lot of times we see collating data and taking right actions to manage your inventory. A lot of people spend a lot of bandwidth on doing this. So we thought this is a problem we should automate. To solve this problem, we looked for a third-party vendor who can help us to solve this problem. We tied up with Stylumia and created a tool which helped us to optimize our inventory and give us a structured approach to solve the problem. So we created 6 parameters to solve our inventory problem. One is prescriptive analysis, where a clear prescription is given for all the causes. Example, markdown pricing, excess stock scenarios, liquidation or out of stock, what actions to be taken here. So clear prescription was there for this bucket. What if simulation, let's say a decision tree playbook where VM's vendor manager can simulate the pricing and estimate what type of uptake they will get into their business plan when they take these actions. So this bucket, what if simulation, helped them to do that. Third was descriptive analytics, right? A smart dashboard. They can also see what is the impact of the actions which they've taken. So this is what we did in descriptive analytics. And then the predictive algorithm. This helped them to have a long-term view about the product. So these are the 2 initiatives which we took. The impact of this is RTV lead time was reduced by 15 days, and we were able to increase our NSM margin by 500 bips. Thank you, everyone.
Time is up. Just a suggestion, if you all can focus on what you did and the impact, I think you will consume less time, right? If you can just focus on just what you did and the impact, so that there's also some time for jury interaction.
Any questions, guys? Thank you.
See, I think my one question is that when you do these new initiatives, right, for example, not everything goes well. Is there any place where it did not work well and you have to rework and make things happen? So what was the challenge or failure during the implementation process?
Sure. So when we worked on price elasticity to understand how much price we can take up or a product, we realized while doing this, 60% of bucket is where we were able to take prices up. There were 40% of ASINs and subcategories we were not able to take price up. And that's where we continued to lose a margin because we were not getting the required run rate. But it's a great step towards identifying problems and solving it. So that is the one challenge we faced. And we realized that is coming because of demand issues in those subcategories. Because we are in a dynamic scenario where people are going to work, like we are in a hybrid work scenario, we are in work from home scenario, and then we are work from office scenario. So customer demands are changing, and that impact we have seen coming into our program as well. But we have to keep learning with the time and improve.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yash. We move on to our next presentation from Vani Sharma, Business Head of Shoppers Stop.
Hi, I'm Vani from Shoppers Stop, and I head the business for ethnic wear women's. You'll have to excuse my voice today, so I'm just experiencing some, okay. So I'll be talking about our brand Kashish, which is basically the Indian occasion wear, brand in the modern ethnic wear space. In the past 1 year, it has become it's been benchmarked in the industry by in the ethnic wear segment. Okay, so the growth story, we have achieved 125% growth over pre-COVID levels. So that is one of the biggest achievements. With that, there is a 6% increase in share within Shoppers Stop. So if I put this more into perspective, it would be the only private label category in the private label category in Shoppers Stop, which does better than the branded business. Not only the top line was impacted, it was also the bottom line. So the supply chain, very, very robust supply chain, and we delivered the highest margin at the chain level. How did we actually achieve all this? So the key points here would be global appeal, fixture strategy, and value for money. So first time ever, global appeal was taken for an ethnic wear brand, wherein the colors of the season, like the lavender, peri peri, or the Viva Magenta of today, have been incorporated and have done really well. Fixture strategy, which is the 3-tier fixture. So the entry price point, which starts at 1699, goes on the table, which is giving SPSF, the second highest SPSF in the chain, and which is just second to a beauty brand, which is MAC, which all of you know. And then value for money, so making occasion wear come to the consumer. So all Sana garments that you actually see out here are priced under 5,000 rupees. How we reach the customer? So yes, customer-centric approach. I think the first three, so the TG is between 25 to 45. Well-traveled woman who would, I think I've already covered modern, trend, forward and knowledgeable. She has a lot of knowledge on what she wants. is globally traveled and is modern. So I think we are servicing all those needs for her. Coming to the last point, quality. I think the excellence to any product is the quality that the customer experiences in the price point that you offer to them. So yes, that's. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being on time.
And just to summarize, हर जश्न में कशिश होनी चाहिए. Was our campaign, yeah.
Vani, I have a question for you. Vani, I have a question for you. Sorry. So, what was the big innovation that you did in this product? Like I'm saying, comfort is hygiene. Yeah, colors should be hygiene for any brand. I mean, what colors you use. So what was the innovation that actually made your product sell so well suddenly or grow so much?
Sure. So it was the global appeal in Indian wear segment. Actually, in Indian wear, it's always the similar colors. So even if you see, so I think global appeal, which was introducing the, so when you're, the woman is well traveled and, she's seeing the colors of the season in all the brands, that was missing in most of the ethnic brands. So I think that is where we had an edge, which was the innovation. And the next innovation was the fixture. So you would see, any of the international or the, Western wear brands following, a table where your entry price point graphic tees and your wall would communicate your fashion product. That was not being followed by any ethnic wear brand. So I think the number where we drove value and sales was the fixture-driven strategy, where we said the customer when walks in knows that today if she's buying, she's not come to splurge, she goes to the table, buys the entry price point, which is priced at 1699. The days, she has an occasion to attend, probably when she's buying for pujo, when she's buying for a summer wedding, there would, be a wall where you would have the seasonal colors, the trendy silhouettes, etc. available for her. So I think these are the two major innovations that were done for the ethnic wear segment.
Silhouettes were not part of this innovation.
Sorry?
Silhouettes, it's a women's wear brand.
Silhouettes, of course. Silhouettes are a part of I mentioned that, colors as well as, the newer silhouettes are part of the wall range, which is, displayed in like a 4-color story.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you once again, Vani. And as the presentations go by, we're getting innovative as well. So as soon as your 3 minutes are up, what we're going to do is we're going to brighten up the lights. So, your time's up, so make sure that you stop. Moving on to our next presenter, Pallavi Gangotra. She's the General Manager of Shoppers Stop.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Pallavi Gangotra. I am with Shoppers Stop from past 3 years, and I'm heading private brand kidswear business. It is very hard to stand in sea of similar product until and unless you have unique proposition for your brand. So the unique proposition for our private brand kidswear is we offer great product at great prices, which has done wonders for us in creating our growth story. So as you can see on the slide, we have achieved over 150% growth in private brand kidswear over pre-COVID year. So we have grown triple digit. At a company level, our share was about 0.8%, which has gone up to 2.2% in the business. As you know, in Shoppers Stop, we are selling national brands as well as private brands. So our mix, which was about 16%, the private brand mix to the kidswear was 16%, which has gone up to 38%, which clearly shows the ranges was built as per the customer requirement, and it is very, very well accepted by the consumer. So as I've mentioned, as I've given you the example of how our ranges are well accepted by customers. So these are the points what we keep in mind while creating our range. So in kidswear, one thing is different here, that your customer is not your end consumer. So not only for customer, we have to see the consumer should be able to relate to the range. So for that, the key points which we keep in mind is, of course, the first is quality and safety of the product. Second is aesthetics. Aesthetic, it should appeal to the customer as well as the end consumer. So we give playful and cheerful elements to our range so that the kids are able to relate to the range. Then it has to be easy to use for kids wear and it needs to be fun to use. Fun is the word when it comes to kids wear. So we incorporate that in our collection as well. The fits, functionality and maintenance is what we keep in mind. So as it is rightly said, innovation is not a magic. Innovation is just going by logic. And when we go by logic, we create wonders in the results. So what we did in kidswear segment is we have categorized our brands as per the age group. In private brands, what was happening was every stop, live, carrot, the age groups were overlapping. So to make it easy for us to create and deliver what customer requires, we have segregated the brands as per age group so that we can curate as per customers. Then we have worked a lot on the fixtures. They say that what isn't visible will not be purchased. So for communicating our ranges right to the customer, we have. So I just want you to see a video. If you can play a 20 seconds video, please. Video, please. It's in the same folder. It's in the same folder saved. This is the glimpse of our private brand kidswear collection for summer 23. You can see it is colorful, vibrant and trendy for our teens and tweens consumer. There was a video which was saved. If someone can play that, please.
Yeah, I think in the interest of time, I think we can move forward.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Pallavi, just in 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Just in 30 seconds, you said, you worked on the safety aspect of the apparel, and especially from a kids brand perspective. So what were the key things that you looked into only in 30 seconds? Don't want the story.
The safety, whenever we are using draw cords, we ensure that for till 4 years it is not used only, and if we are using it, it is tied, it is secured, and the exposed length should not be more. We ensure that we are using lead-free trims in our range, and the fabrics where they are processed, they are best of the mills so that the chemical aspect is taken care of. Thank you.
Let's applaud when everybody completes the.
Thank you so much, Pallavi. Next presenter is Priyanka Lingamaneni. She's the Product and Sourcing Manager of Cull Sport.
Good evening, everybody. This is Priyanka here. I'm here to represent Cull Sport, which is a homegrown activewear brand, which is part of Cult, CureFit. So I'm here to talk about a product which is extremely technical and a product which is literally close to women's heart. It is sports bra. We call it the Do It All sports bra. So we have started this product by doing a research with 100 women, by going through all their portfolios, whoever visited Cult. We've spoken to them and understood the pain points and the requirements of the product. Some of the key takeaways of the product research are people would, as soon as the workout is done, it's very difficult to get out of the sports bra. So that is one of the major pain points that we have come across. And the other pain point is that one product being, they do not want to buy multiple products for different use cases, like a low impact, high impact, medium impact as such. And the other thing is size availability. Especially in India, not all brands offer access to triple XL. So these are the three major key points that we have taken. So one of the major pain point was the how to get out of the sports bra once your workout is done. So we have added a zipper in the front. And another pain point was about not buying multiple products. For that, we have added a Velcro at the bottom, where they can adjust from low impact to high impact. So one product can be used for different impacts. It can be also used as a regular sports bra, and also be converted as a sports bra. So that is a major key innovation of the product here. And another thing is we have gone up to sizes till 3XL, so that they are the kind of women who actually look for the comfort of the product. Not all brands are offering that, so we've gone up to 3XL, access to 3XL. And another innovative aspect is here is convertible straps. We have also got this point as the back hurts them when there is a razor back. All the sports bra majorly have razor backs. But not every woman are comfortable. They have this pressure point here. So we have done hatchback, the cross back and the normal back. Our sports bra has a removable clasp. It can also be used as a nursing sports bra because it has a removable clasp. So it is a multiple use cases it comes across. So this is a product prototype which has convertible straps, and it has an engineered fabric at the back wing. The back wing is what gives you the major support. So we have an engineered fabric which we are at the verge of patenting of that particular fabric. We also have vents in the cups, which for ventilation, because you shouldn't feel suffocated with sports bra. That's one of the major pain point again. They feel very suffocated in sports bra. So they have vents in the sports bra. So this is one of the products. So the adjustable underband that I was talking about is this, where you can adjust from low impact to high impact. And that's the clasp. And some women were very apprehensive about using a front zipper.
It's time up.
Oh,
yeah, lights
sorry.
are not coming in. Can you get the lights? Okay. Can somebody announce using a mic? Yeah.
So this is...
Yeah, I think time up will respect. And one question for you is that, where was the inspiration coming from?
The inspiration was coming majorly from customers' insights, the pain points that the customer actually spoke. I was there at the cult centers asking each and everybody what exactly is the product, what exactly is the problem that you've been facing, and no other brands have solved that for you.
Got it.
This is one of the two major points. Was getting out of the sports bra is really difficult. Any woman would tell you after when you're sweaty, it's very difficult. So that's where we came with front zipper and adjustable to low impact to high impact. That's the key innovation.
The add-on question is, what was the commercial performance?
Commercial performance, we have sold in about 3 months, we have sold about 2,500 products. And we had a very major social impact. We had about 8 million impressions on our Instagram with all our ads for this. We had a very good response.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you once again, Priyanka. Our next presenter is Ranjit Nandi, Design Lead of Arvind Lifestyle Brands. Please put your hands together and let's welcome Ranjit. Thank you.
Hi all, I'm directly jumping into innovations what we did in USPA. USPA is always considered to be a polo brand. So we are taking a step ahead, and the US Polo Denim Company, we are focusing on denim growth to increase our ASPs. So these are the two new things which we are doing. One is USPA Premium. We launched first time in SS23. We have got an organic growth of 5% on that. So we are introducing pentablend fabrics. We are doing natural sheen through the fabric stage itself. Entering into the premium customer base bucket, for example, a CK customer or a Red Loop customer of Levi's to come into our USPA store. And then USPA performance, we are talking about the bi-stretches and high stretches. We have been doing bi-stretch and high stretch, but we have gotten a more comfortable Dobby kind of a fabric with bi-stretches, and it offers durability and long-lasting customer experience. So I'm just going to take you through the pictorial. So this is how the brand look and feel is. So we're going more Americana. The fabric is going to be more sturdy, authentic, handcrafted, and quality and construct is what we're going to focus on. So this is the premium board. So this is the product aesthetics we are talking about. Clean draws, deep indigo, blue blacks. Shade palette is something which is more evening and clean. So the fabric blends, we're going to use 10.5 to 11.5 ounce and penta blends, stencil, viscose, modal. This is for the bi-stretch, the imagery. So we are going to use shades of indigos. We're going to use authentic blacks in bi-stretches. So we're going to have differential cast in bi-stretches, which we have introduced in SS23. We got a good feedback, and there is an organic growth of 10% on this. So this is a video. Thank you. Any questions?
Hi, can I ask a question? A lot of support here for you. You're saying you're using bi-stretch, that's an innovation for you, but hasn't stretch been around a long time now? So how is bi-stretch innovation?
We are introducing dobbies. So usually we don't have knit dobbies in bi-stretches. So we have added a new bi-stretch with dobby fabric. So that is a new, otherwise dobby fabrics are not bi-stretches, it's only on 3x1s. So we have done that as a new ad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to understand, is the product as per the requirement of an Indian customer or a US customer? Because
it's completely required of Indian customers. So I'll introduce myself. I used to work with Levi's before this.
But then
so
why all Americano? Why all Americano?
Yeah, so Levi's also follows an Americana look and feel. And Levi's has two design studios. One is San Francisco, one is in India. So across the world, they've closed the design, houses, but they kept India because our mindset is very different. We take the Americana look and feel, but provide to the Indian customers. That's it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, you have a lot of supporters, Ranjit. Thanks for the presentation. Our next presenter is Saikit, the Senior VP Design Creative Director of Van Heusen.
Hi, good evening, guys. Hello. Hi. So I'll try to do the 3-minute justice quickly. So firstly, I think this is a story of the brand Van Heusen. Most of you would know it. Got into power dressing and set the whole piece for formal. This story is about how we looked at extending it into the casual and the younger side of it. So a lot of the stories that you're going to see here is around that. So like I said, it's from the formal to getting into the wardrobe side for professionals. First things first, we actually had to go back and literally look into the brand DNA itself and try to get a structure the way we were going to look at, from where we were doing suits and shirts to actually denims and actives. So this is something which actually was really helpful. I'll skip through this. It's quite detailed, but I'll skip through this quickly. The second thing which we had to do was, because we were going to go into very graphic intensive lines, we had 3 different logos. So we did actually go through a deep consolidation into the logo and actually even change of fonts. So this was almost looking at what we needed to do in the casual side of it versus the formal side of it. Again, we had to keep it inclusive, so both had to be together. This allowed a lot of interpretations, but keeping it within the Van Heusen design language. And based on that, we actually went into the whole denim labs and flex as a category. Both products we got from consumer research as quite strong categories. We didn't have source of authority in it. So I'll only pick up two products here. One is from the denim lab side of it. So what we did was denims is done by quite a few specialists already. What we did was we tried to build a denim which was an all-day comfort denim and actually built from the ground up for wearing the whole day. These actually have very deep scoop pockets, so when you're sitting down, you don't have to get up to actually take your mobile out. Apart from that, more loops and actually a lot of stretch around the knee. So basically an all-day comfort product. We also shot this with very much cues within our whole sharp angle and keeping the technical side of it. More images. This is the flex part of it. This is where we went into the athleisure side of it with mainly, as you can see, a lot of the quick dry, the whole poly and the nylon pieces. Again, from a suit brand, this actually sitting within the whole floor. This is something which had to sort of marry well together. So we tried to keep the aesthetics from there. We tried to actually give it a more fashion look versus a sport look. And this is where I think we did very well from that as a category. So some images, and that's what we shot for the flex. So what did it do for us in terms of numbers? As you can see, our casual really shot up. In fact, this is the first time we've actually gone, our casual numbers are higher than the formal in terms of mix. It had a halo effect on women's also, which actually went quite much more wider. In terms of three categories, it literally picked up for us. One was the t-shirt category. We were able to sell 1.4 million t-shirts, almost a 68% growth over last year. Denim, when we started off, we had a 278% growth in the first Q1. Of course, over the year, we've actually got an 80% growth. And then in terms of flex, we did quite well in terms of its launch. And eventually, it also had its halo effect of winter wear. So rather than actually having a three-product growth, we are having a much more wider heterogeneous growth. We had to also change the retail ID to actually fix in with here. So we went quite much more neutral, bright, light, modern, and we just had accents for the sub-brands. Okay, quickly, this is how it sort of looks now. That's the world. And last but not the least, we also did the first Meta concert, and actually very, very well received. This was because of the type of merchandise we had already gone into, we were able to actually get in here. Otherwise, we would just be in suits and shirts. Okay.
I have just a question.
Sorry, I had to rush through most of it.
Yes.
Time's up anyway.
Yeah, the question is, whenever you innovate and create brand extension, is there any cannibalization with existing formals? Or did it move customers, or did it antagonize existing customers? Who are those?
So that's the actually challenge anyway for a brand which was very, very significantly formal. Firstly, we did something called Move, which took the thing into formals. So we had already done some work within there. But what was happening was we were still very formal. We couldn't shoot much without a suit or a blazer. And so what has happened is both Denim Labs and Flex, they actually now are 15% of the brand. And they were able to add additional business to it. For Flex, we actually got into MBOs. In fact, when we launched in MBO specialist stores, like for example, in a Shopper Stop, I think 39 counters, we were number 1 and 22 in the first one. So that's all additional business which came in. And for us, we also had to adjust our stores in a way, like both are sold very differently. And that sort of talks about in the retail ID that we had to do. And it also sort of helps in the women's wear business, which actually has shot up because of the casuals and the flex part, which we'll be getting into. Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Saikit. For that, our next presenter is Samresh Das, Design Manager from Numero Uno Clothing.
Hi everyone, this is Samresh. I represent Numero Uno Clothing Limited. So many of would know about Numero Uno and many of would not know about Numero Uno jeans. But this company has been standing here and contributing to the Indian fashion market for last 35 years. And we are into hardcore denim making. So what is best and fortunate about us is we have a full-fledged sustainable laundry, and we have 100% in-house manufacturing capacity where we produce all our jeans. And so sustainability is in our core, and sustainability is a cause for which we work for. So there are some points while developing the product we keep in mind. So we almost use no water in our denim making. 80 to 85% of our product are using almost no water, which happens with the help of laser technology and then ozone wash and the e-flow. So these are the kind of technology which we have in our credit, and we have technical collaboration with brands like Genealogia, Garmin, and Officina, who are continuously supporting us in developing denim product. It is a mid-size product, mid-size brand, and we have a decent turnover, and we are very strong in the North India, and we have almost 225 EBOs and 550 MBOs, and we are present in almost all LFS. And if in terms of business, if I talk about, if someone says that after COVID, everything has done well and they have grown twofold, threefold, I would not agree, because everyone has taken a hit beyond COVID, post-COVID. So we have taken the hit as well. But if we are standing strong, like if we are still standing strong and standing tall, it's because of our product. We are very product-focused brand, and we have been concentrating on our product, and we have been playing around with the product potential since the brand has started. So like I said, sustainable denim making is our core cause. In one of our projects, like what we do when we manufacture our denims, mostly when they go through the laundry, the residue water which goes through the ETP leaves the slurry. So the sludge which is normally thrown away, we have a composite, and we are planning to convert them into bricks and use it in construction. And there are products, like I have already discussed, that we have certain classic product. I was hearing very carefully to Mr. Manish, like he was saying, you should know the doses of classic and fashion. What should be the ratio of classic and fashion? So we vouch on our classic products, and we know our hero products. So we have 2-3 hero products which have been the hits.
Time is up.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Samresh. Our next presenter is Yati Singh, Design Head of Shoppers Stop. Yati, I think Yati, you've got the clicker, so could you kindly give the clicker back?
Hello everyone. I look after a brand called Bandya at Shoppers Stop. We started this brand years ago, and this was a white space. We never had any ethnic wear brand in our portfolio in Shoppers Stop, which was predominantly known for a casual and a sportswear segment and a lot of international brands that is there. So this was a clear white space, and then we have been trying to build this brand for quite many years. So finally it happened in 2020, where we started off with this brand. So the idea was to offer a ethnic wear brand which will resonate with the whole persona of Shoppers Stop itself. So it has to be positioned, and the aesthetic sense has to be at par with the international brand. So we are sitting next to a Calvin Klein or a Rare Rabbit or Van Heusen brands like that. So that's where the whole idea came through, and the whole factor of bringing together the vibe of go local and bringing in the roots to a premium retailer like Shopper Stop. So that's where it all happened, and that's how we started with our design process and bringing in the whole concept of Bandya. So yeah, talking about customer centricity, we started our research right from the people itself. We went to our stores and we started talking to people as what they would expect. We did a lot of product seeding, we did a lot of prototypes, and we also asked them what were their expectations like, and obviously we came back with an answer, and then that's how we started designing this whole range. And in the further images, I'll show you how the brand looks different from a lot of other ethnic wear brands out there. Is what we did is we we tapped on the international trends in a ethnic wear segment. Whatever was, we tapped onto the trendiest of the colors, like tie-dyes or, digital prints and marbling and all of that, which were happening parallelly in Western wear brands. We did capture all of that here. And we took bottom wear, ethnic bottom wear as a segment that not many people are into. Is something that we did bet from the very beginning. So we have a very wide variety of bottom wear in ethnic wear segment, right from, knit chudidars to, modal pants to pencil pants and some really modern things that would go with a ethnic kind of style. Talking about some of the achievements, we have seen a triple-digit growth in the brand, which is around 147. And with this brand launch, we added an additional 20% business to the private brand label to our, and the total mix grew for men's private brand by 5%. And also because of this ethnic category, which was totally missing from Shopper Stop, people did start coming to our store, which also helped the other private brand labels that I look after grow its business. That has also seen a double-digit growth in the last quarter. So while we design, we also, like in Western wear brands, we do a lot of stories. Yeah, thank you. Just a glimpse of difference. We have Sitara and Nakash.
Thank you so much, Yati. Our next presenter is Rohit Saini, Head of Merchandising, Offline, Puma. Wow. All right.
Hi, guys. Talking about retail right now, when I talk about the business, so one of the most important things which we have to drive and everybody talks about is business growth. So when we talk about business growth, we are talking about stores in an offline channel. And when we're talking about stores, one of the things which we have to consider is location. Then business model, is it full price or factory outlets? Is it sales potential? Stock levels, inventories, everybody's talking about product, but one of the things which need to be considered is how much to buy, how much to sell. Store size, which also depends upon how much of stock cover you need to maintain and do a back calculation in terms of how much capex you need to invest in terms of store. Assortment plan, capex, and last not the least, EBIT. Why I'm talking about all of this when there is a product innovation or a business innovation thing which has been coming up. So one of the things which we have realized and one of the challenges which we've been facing in retail right now is, especially the evolving markets, when you pitch the sales potential, you don't know how much you're going to sell, how much potential you have, because that market is evolving. So you'll get a mix of clientele which will buy new season merchandise also. You'll get a clientele also which will sell discounted merchandises also. So, considering both mix, especially for the evolving market, we have come up with a concept which is a hybrid concept. A lot of debates, we have fought with the management that how can you play with the brand image when we're talking about a hybrid model, how are you going to accomplish this? One of the things when we have come up with a hybrid concept, the things which we have put guidelines into is it need to be a 3,000 square feet, 2-floor store will open. Ground floor is going to be a new season merchandise, and the first floor is going to be all discounted merchandise, which is old season merchandise. One of the most important thing, because we're talking about product, I think assortment planning, the strength of merchandising over you have to build product differentiation. The t-shirt which I'm wearing right now is a licensed t-shirt by Puma, which says Mercedes. So these kind of products, the competition will not offer because these are licensed products. So I will give that in full price merchandise and discounted. I'll keep more of core and prime, and I can influence the clientele that way. This is one of the examples which I put through. So one of the stores which we have done is Kadugodi. We have studied the market. So when you look at the green dots, you will see more of a central Bangalore. When you look at the blue dots, you will see more of outlets. But when you see the red dot, which is more of developing area, which is Kadugodi, we have set up a new hybrid store, and this is the ground floor, which looks like a new season merchandise. All the motorsports, open footwear, everything has been displayed on the ground floor. And this is how the the first floor looks like. Last not the least, I will end up saying this, that yes, inventory is definitely a check, but this model gives us a flexibility. If the market is evolving and we'll be able to sell more full price merchandise, then we can convert the store into either a full price or outlet. So this is been done, and the strength of merchandising has been defined like that. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a question. Any feedback from the market in terms of numbers?
Absolutely. So we have done this store Kadugodi on 13th of August 2021. Initially, everybody was doubting that new season merchandise contribution will only be 30%, but because of the differentiation which we have created, it moved to 50%. And from right now we have 21 hybrid stores. One of the hybrid stores in Kamnahalli, it was an outlet store. We have made hybrid, and it's a full price right now. So it's not only about product, it's also about assortment planning, the way you work on it.
Thank you so much, Rohit. Our next presenter is Rajesh Kumar, Director Design and Development from Zetwork. Yeah, you can actually clap for him. You don't have to restrict yourself. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? So I'm here to talk about DDS. It's a new startup from Zetwork, and talking about Zetwork Design Studio. It's an interesting collaborative platform for apparel and fashion space, which is practically takes up the design job, and it delivers till warehouse. So practically, any brand or any retailer can own or rent this design studio. They can get the work done from us, or they can do the work themselves. The whole ecosystem is in such a way that all the raw materials, most of the raw materials will be provided there, and complete ecosystem for our designers to work there. So this is our model of design to delivery. Okay, we do a market intelligence, design development, product development, sourcing, and delivery to warehouse. This is our first project which has been delivered. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose the name. The brand was basically in a classic premium sportswear space, and target consumer is 22 to 45 age group, has a healthy incomes and loves to dress up tastefully. Basically in the classic space. We delivered this project, almost 400 SKU from concept to warehouse, and delivered across all the product and all the categories. These are some of the glimpses of while the working we are doing it. Some mood boards and the work. So what we achieved out of it? My presentation is fairly short. So after the brand got launched, it has been launched in 4 reviews and 45 SIS as of now. And the initial symptoms or initial the read which is coming up is almost above average, which is brand has been able to get a 30% conversion, which is typically more than any average conversion happens when you open a new brand or anything else. Then UPT, which is basically is 2.6, That is also above average, which is practically close to 1.9 and 2 for most of the brands. It has substantially reduced the design, product development, manpower cost for the client. Then it has reduced the turnaround time in creation and product development, and hence reaches to the client much more faster. The reason being that our team, which is at the back end, can focus primarily on the product development, and the brand and client, they can do the selling part of it. Thank you. Our motto is basically to democratizing high accuracy design. The place where I come from, basically we have done this for almost for 14 years in my previous company. And the learning was basically how to optimize on a winning designs. There are a lot of tech and intuition and reading on sell-through data goes into it. And we are utilizing those to build and try to democratize those knowledges to most of the brand available to us. Thank you. Questions?
Yeah, Rajesh, can I ask you a question? If I've understood you right, you basically have an outsourced design development cell, right? So anybody can outsource from you, right?
Yes.
So there are other people who've been doing this, outsourcing. People are making the designs, they're doing production. How are you different to any of them?
So we come from the retail background. Most of the places, typically, if you see, this is the service which is normally offered by the most of the buying house. You go and you can outsource one category, maximum 2 category, maximum 3 category. What we are providing is the complete ecosystem for all the category. Right now we are operating in the men's space. You can from a jacket to all the way to t-shirts. That is one. Second thing, our design team is practically involved in terms of getting the samples right, and then executing the production as well, completely. Which is fairly, you will not see those things coming together at one place. So we bring the retail knowledge into manufacturing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rajesh. Our next presenter is Arun Kumar from Rare Rabbit. Please put your hands together for Arun. Thank you.
Hi guys, I think innovations department has lost a bit steam. I think there's not a lot of people around, but nonetheless, I'll not take much time. I have a video to show you. I'll take a minute and I'll speak for 2 minutes. I hope to conclude in 3 minutes. So the first thing actually starts with a quote, which from a book I was reading in the morning when I was driving here. So it just says, it's from Lewis Carroll from Through the Looking Glass. Now here you see, it takes all the running you can do to keep it in the same place. It takes all the running you do to keep in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run at least twice as fast as that. So I think, recently I was traveling with Manish, our founder. He was actually literally speaking there in the other room. This quote resonates with what we're trying to do with Rare Rabbit as well. Literally running twice as fast as we can. So that's a recent campaign. I will probably play the video and then I'll speak about it. Sorry. Can you wait? Go back. Well, I think the video is not playing, but it's all over Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, if we can see that. But, oh, it's playing now. That's our latest video that we shot in a yacht. So basically, that's what we stand for. We stand for number 1, color. So in terms of innovation, I know I've heard different people, and innovation can mean different things to different people, including profitability, marketing, and even in product, it can be sustainability. It can be innovation in terms of fits and different things. But for us, innovation primarily stands for these 4 things that we really think of. One is color. So every season coming up with different color palettes is our innovation and is our challenge every season. That's what we stand for. We stand for print and pattern. That's really, really essential for a brand like us. We cater to the high fashion and all. High style quotient, dressing up a man is just not very casual and all, but how do we dress up a man? How does he want to dress up and all? It's an aspirational customer that we are really targeting at and we are really catering to. And it's very fashion forward. So I just kept that slide just to give you a essence of what we are and the points that I've told you about color, print and pattern, high style quotient, branding. That's what our brand is all about. It just represents our brand and all. Now coming to innovation, the recent challenge that we have done. Yeah, just 50 seconds, okay. In terms of innovation, Ray Rabbit, now the market knows and all. So we've come with a new line, it's called Guild. So we don't have Guild stores as such, but Guild line is an upscaling a high luxury line that we have tried to create in the past couple of seasons. We've not done a huge marketing campaign on that, but the couple of stores, if you see on the Brigade Road, only US Polo stores sandwiches us. There are two Ray Rabbit stores in Brigade Road, standing next to each other. So Brigade 2, which is on the far left side over there, we try to create this line Guild. So one of the major aspects of that is decoloring from Ray Rabbit. Ray Rabbit is colorful, it's print and pattern tongue. In terms of innovation, when we went to Guild, a bit more sophisticated and all, we just decolored. So more blacks, navies, whites. This is a bit more sophisticated. In that, we've got different lines. One is business, one is occasion wear, and the other one is more fashion forward and all. So that's a kind of innovation that we're doing, and that's what we stand for. Yeah, I think that's about it from Ray Rabbit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arun. So we're down to our final presenter, and I'd like to call upon stage the co-founder of Shobhitam, Aparna Tyagarajan. We're just going to give her a minute because, yeah, since hers is the last presentation, we're just taking a minute to load her presentation. But for all of our finalists, make sure that you head to the Stylomania booth to pick up your certificates, yeah, once we finish with our presentation. Over to Aparna, please.
Very good evening. Special good evening to the jury here for staying up through the entire presentation. I'm Aparna, co-founder Shobhitam. Shobhitam is a global Shobhitam is one of the fastest growing D2C ethnic fashion brands, and we've served tens of thousands of customers in 40 plus countries. Now, what is different about us? Now, a sari, what we mainly cater to is unique artisanal products, handloom, hand-woven products from the length and breadth of India to the customer globally. And we all know that a sari is incomplete without a blouse. Now, take a use case here, right? It's so easy to just go to a neighborhood tailor or a boutique and get your blouse stitched. But, 95% of our customer base is global. Yeah, so 95% of our customer base is global. Where do people outside of India actually get their blouses done? Tailors are not accessible. And that's where we have a game changer, innovation. It's the world's first custom blouse destination where you can do two things. One, you can design your blouse, and second part of it is the unique measurements part. Now, if you thought that women are complex, women are mysterious, blouse measurements, taking blouse measurements remotely is a whole new level of complexity. And that's where our game changer revolution comes in, right? It's total cracking that level of complexity and making it accessible. So one, through our rich technology stack, we've made it very easy on the front end, where users can very easily give their measurements. And what we've done on the back end is not just store their measurements. So, it's a very sticky feature. Customers don't have to come back to us again and again and give their measurements. We have it all on file. So it's like storing people's credit cards. It makes it so much easier. And what we do is we also validate. We just don't take measurements as such. There is an AI-backed algorithm that actually validates the measurements. And third thing what it does is, the tailors that we have in the back end, now they don't know English, right? They're not able to translate off of what customers have given. So what our AI tool actually does is translate it into a sketch that is easily, translatable into a design, make it accessible to the tailor who can translate it into a ready blouse. And yeah, so it's truly disruptive. It's the first of its kind. We all know that we've had bespoke solutions for men, but it was never the case for women. And so what it has done for us, our sales have truly gone up. We have a return rate of 38%, which is very high in the industry. So we are very proud about this particular solution. And of course, you can see all these beautiful designs. And we've got great feedback from our customers for this particular solution. We've got more than 7,000 plus 5-star reviews in the short, we've done this only 2 years ago. So we've got a lot of reviews. And that's what keeps us going. Thank you.
Just a question. Sorry?
Yes.
Yeah. What are your plans for the future beyond blouse?
Yeah, so we are, one of the ways that we gather customer feedback is new product categories, right? So we are now entering the ready-made space where we are doing salwar kameez, we are doing ethnic gowns, we have just launched menswear, kidswear. So, basically scaling this particular solution into other product categories. Any other questions? Thank you so much.